What's good, everyone? Alex Trataros here with another Jets episode of the Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast. So with me is always my buddy, my coach, my pal, the man with a plan, the guy who's ready to be a fly, to go out to Lambeau Field, sit in on a wall, hear what Aaron Rodgers actually thinks about Zach Wilson, listen to Carl Lawson, CJ Mosley, be hyped and be part of that defense. My man, the one and only, the man who's wearing green and gray. And if this actually goes well, we'll be on YouTube so you can see his background right now with the Jets rug behind him. My guy, the one and only, John Meleka. What's going on, bro? How you doing today?
What up, man? What up? Always killing it with these intros. You got the green and gray rocking too. Are we trying to tell the Jets something with the new alternates? Do we want green and gray uniforms?
I'd be happy. I'd be happy with that. Cool. Let me tell you something. Every fan base wants a black alternative. We got the black alternative. I'm not upset with the black uni for the New York Jets. I'm not feeling the spotlight white. I'm not feeling the Gotham green. All right, but the stealth black. Those are pretty fire. I'm glad I didn't buy one though when they first came out because none of those guys are on the team anymore except Chris Herndon, and I don't know if that guy is going to be sticking around. So they're fire. I'll wait. We'll see what happens. But John, before we actually go into this, how are you feeling today, though, man? How are you feeling today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's Wednesday right now. We got a couple of Knicks signings happening today. We're bringing back Taj and D Rose. So some good feelings there. We got good vibes going on with the Yankees winning a couple games, right? Now It's not so crazy. That division, huh? That wild card, not so crazy, huh?
Now we need to get Lee back on here to have that conversation again, don't we? Huh?
Yeah. Let's give it some time. I'm thinking sometime. I'm for some reason I'm thinking sometime in October. I don't know why. But
gotta let it marinate.
But yeah, man, and talking about wanting to be a fly in the wall, I don't even need to be in this only case because the new Aaron Rodgers, dude, the slick back Aaron Rodgers, he's telling it all, dude. He's doing tell-alls at his press conferences today. It's really a sight to see.
Yeah, man, slick back. Are we going to get the Jeopardy Aaron Rodgers still?
No, dude. No, that monotone Aaron Rodgers is gone.
Yeah.
I don't know what he said he was working on himself. And not being negative, dude. He's the man right now.
Fire. That helps a lot. But what John's alluding to is Aaron Rodgers waxing poetic about the young quarterback for the New York Jets. For those of you who don't know, Zach Wilson is the quarterback of the New York Jets, the rookie. Ever heard of that guy? Yeah, that's who Aaron Rodgers was waxing poetic about. And John, how do you feel about it, man? How's that getting you ready for the season? You can't tell with John's face right now, but he is so hyped. So hyped.
It's not even about just that. So the Jets and the Packers had a joint practice today. They're having another one tomorrow before their game coming up against each other in Lambeau. Aaron Rodgers was going during the conference was actually talking about how he disliked joint practices and especially the last one versus the Houston Texans. And he gave a couple examples, one being fights, which very cool that, Salah is able to control his whole team. And, Rodgers complimented him and LaFleur about that. Also, don't forget the LaFleur brothers, right? The head coach of the Packers and our offensive coordinator, they're brothers. So, there's some good hospitality going around here.
On the family.
Yeah, and second of all, he actually alluded to specifically during red zone packages. Chuck Pagano was a defensive coordinator, and he was running 8 men back. And so Aaron Rodgers was like, it wasn't even practice because he's like, he was trying to be modest, right? He's like, in my career, you drop 8 people back in the red zone, doesn't really end well for the defense. So it's like a wasted practice for him, right? And he only has such limited time with his players. And he was just specifically going through how, which I think is very important for Jets fans, especially because it's the same system as Aaron Rodgers said. It's literally the same system. The first year, you would throw everything in. And then the second year, Aaron Rodgers was throwing his stuff in. And by the third year, they're now able to mush those two together and kind of get somewhere. And that's Aaron Rodgers talking, right? like the one of the best to ever do it. So I thought it was really cool how he was complimenting the Jets for how, they were playing on their defensive formations. I was excited about how he was talking about Zach Wilson and LaFleur, man. He was really excited about them. And he was like, yeah, I was giving them tips and stuff like that. How can you not be excited about that?
I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know how much in tips will go far. I think for a quarterback, that's pretty dope. And for a coordinator, obviously their tips is not like this girth of knowledge saying, let me tell you how to do something, but a tip is a tip. Sure.
Yeah, I think they're just talking about like how the system is run. Like, look for this in the system. Like Aaron Rodgers is not worrying about the New York Jets. You know what I'm trying to say? So he has nothing to lose, and he's feeling good right now. He's like, all right, like this is cool. Like he's talking to Zach Wilson, everything's great. Like I don't know, I got really good vibes from the whole everything that we were fed today from all media accounts felt good, even from the Packers beat writers. Like everything was good, even though we didn't play amazing. You know what I'm saying? And it still felt good.
No, it's a good sign. Look, the whole Jets feeling this season, there's been a lot of positivity, right? You still have people trying to turn it down, whether it's Emmanuel Acho and Marcellus Wiley talking about how, there's no fights that are happening at the Jets because Robert Saleh says there's a lot of respect. And then Marcellus Wiley says, if there's no fights, I don't know how good this season's going to be for the team. And my response to that is,
that's why I'm happy. That's why as soon as Aaron Rodgers was talking today, that's why I was like he just calmed the whole situation down. I can totally understand now when Aaron Rodgers went to his players and just said relax, and then they just like won for the next like 6-7 games or something like that. Yeah. Like I could totally understand it now. Just like after catching a little glimpse into Aaron Rodgers, he's letting us see now. He was usually a robot, but he's not doing that anymore.
Well, I think he's getting comfortable in his system, right? They negotiated with him out in Green Bay, modified his contract. So he can be pretty happy right now, right? Doesn't have to be upset. And he can kind of be open and honest because it's a monkey off his back. But hey, positive vibes around the Jets right now. I'll take it. And with regards to the Jets not being great in practice, defense is going to be stout. Offense, it's a lot of new guys, a lot of new weapons. We're missing players still. Elijah Moore is still out. Zach Wilson's a rookie quarterback. These are the times he's trying to push things and try things out. So it's not always going to be pretty in practice, but as long as they play hard, they learn from it. That's all that you can ask for, right? But it's good to hear. It's good to hear. I'm excited to watch them play. I'm excited to watch the Jets play the Packers this weekend. I didn't get to catch it live against the Jets and Giants because I was busy this past weekend, but I did catch the recap. I did watch the game, and I liked what I saw from the defense, man. I also liked what I saw from the offense, just being able to move the ball with Zach Wilson. It's inspiring. We weren't sputtering. I wish, and not that Danny Jones would be this miraculous quarterback, but I just wish we went against the starter, like for a defensive look against their quarterback to see what we could have had. But overall, you had to be impressed. Transitioning now, let's just talk about Jets and Giants for a little bit. And what did you see from the game that you liked?
Oh man, that Jets.
You actually hold on. You were also there, so let's put this in perspective. John was there at the Service Bowl, so now I set you up for this. Let's hear it.
Dude, that was such a good time. I was so happy to be back. I was fortunate enough to get really good seats because Jets were technically the away team. So I guess the Giants season ticket holder just wanted to get rid of the ticket. So I was like right behind the Jets bench. So it was really cool to just catch their vibe. Man, the first quarter was electric, dude. I was so, I don't know, like I was really excited about it. I'm glad we weren't robots. Like something so silly like Zach Wilson playing in the second quarter, even though Salah said he's only going to play the first quarter, but the drive wasn't finished yet. I feel like last year would be like, oh no, I said first quarter, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like something, there's no football sense, of the moment. So that was really cool. Bryce Hall is real. That was like one takeaway. I couldn't keep my eyes off him. Like he was killing it.
Mm-hmm.
Our defensive line obviously doing well. Zach Wilson played phenomenal. Our wide receivers look okay. I am super worried about the guards. Have you heard that before? I am super worried about the Jets guards. We'll get into that as this week kind of showed us some things. But yeah, man, the running backs played really well. I went insane when Denzel Mims converted that 3rd and 18 when he was carrying about 4 players. That was right in front of my face. I was literally on the 10-yard line. So, I mean, nobody's ever been more excited for a preseason first down in their whole lives than I was for that. And then we ended that with the touchdown. I mean, it's pretty obvious what the Jets are going to do this year, dude. We're going to run, probably to the left. Okay. We're going to dump it down to Jamison Crowder whenever we need. We're not going to have a lot of time behind the line. Our pass protection is not great. And our defense, I'm worried about how we're going to do versus tight ends. We're going to rush the passer. Bryce Hall's good. Bless Austin isn't. Right?
Great analysis.
Well, you know what I'm trying to say? And if you look at our safeties, LaMarcus Joyner's now, because you said you were going into it, right? You said that Elijah Moore is out. Not only that, dude, Ashton Davis is out. Pinnock was out today, and LaMarcus Joyner's out. Like, we can't afford to lose players in the secondary, and it's already thin. And so that's what I'm worried about. Like, Bless Austin's fine. Like, I'm obviously, being a little facetious here, but I don't know, man. I don't know how much we're going to be able to cover back there.
So I told you, man, and that's my fear coming into this season. I do not think the secondary is going to be that. If we are average, if we are like 15 to 18, that is exceeding expectations. I expect us to be closer into like the high to mid 20s of this team with a secondary because talk about Bryce Hall looking good. Bless Austin isn't. We're going to have Marcus May. Okay. Well, Marcus Joyner.
Who else? Dude, he's hurt.
This is what I'm getting
worried. I'm actually really worried. We're only 2 weeks out.
This is what I'm getting to. Marcus Joyner's out. Ashton Davis out. Who else are we putting? Lamar Jackson's going to go back there? No, we're not. Let's be real. So the secondary is concerning. And even with those guys fully healthy, you mentioned, Bless Austin. When I was watching film on him, that's just going to be – it's going to look like –
he's fine, but he's not gonna make a play or two, but he's also gonna give up a play or two.
Dude, it's gonna be
or 3. He might make a play or 2 and then give up 3. But I like him. He's a nice guy. He's fine. He's trying.
He's not gonna be as long as he's not Pierre Desir, where it's just all numbers and you watch the game, you're just what the hell?
Because Pierre Desir was on the 1, so at least there's just some slack there, and. Don't forget, our D-line is our best asset. So that relieves the cornerbacks a little bit, but it does not relieve the safeties. The safeties are going to be kind of under pressure. You know what I'm saying? And our linebackers, oh, man, it's going to be – I'm a little worried.
I'm expecting a good amount of blitzing, meaning we got to bring a safety, whether it's the free or the strong, right?
Well,
usually it's a strong safety.
The whole thing is we want a natural rush. We don't want to blitz, right? Isn't that the whole thing? Because we're gonna need to drop players, right? Isn't that the whole scheme?
We're going to need to, but look, we got Carl Lawson. I think it's going to be good. We also have to play to what our strength is. So if that's getting into the backfield, blitzing is going to be utilized. So it's you got to go after what your strong suit is. So if Marcus May or Marcus Joyner or whoever.
Well, Gerard Davis. Yeah. I mean, Aaron Rodgers said that Gerard Davis has the hardest head in the NFL history today. So take that for what it is.
All right. Pause first of all, and
you're ridiculous.
But yeah, look, we're going to play to our strong suits. If we can get a natural rush and not have to use the safeties, that's going to be good. But I'm also expecting that we're gonna have to like kind of double down to a certain degree on using our strong suit, which is going to be rushing. So we're going to probably have 3 guys back there, depending on the package, or 4 if we're going into like, if we're going to dime, nickel.
Yeah. Lots of running. Take the unders, bro. Take the unders, man. Just take the unders in the Jets games.
If we get our full secondary, if we have everyone healthy, I still don't expect. Yeah, I still don't expect. But hey, let's talk about a couple guys from this game though that you did touch on, because the running back situation was pretty good. Well, Michael Pirine, man,
dude, beast,
looking good. His rushing is pretty good between the tackles. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Coleman's Zach back. Wilson, Coleman's coming back, so he's going to be fine. Ty Johnson looked okay.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I want to get to. I'm just jumping around here, touching on a couple guys that I saw that are like intriguing to me. But please do what you're doing and fill in some blanks. Zach Wilson, as we talked about, looked good. Mike White didn't look too bad. He didn't look too bad. 13 for 19. I know they were all like short passes, nothing deep, but still, if we're talking about needing someone who come in and game manage, I'm not even saying he's a good game manager. Not even saying that. Do not read me wrong here. But it was good enough where I'm saying, all right, it's not Luke Falk. And that's a very low bar. It's a very low bar. We still need a good second QB, but it wasn't too bad. That's all I'm trying to get at. It wasn't too bad.
So it looks like Mike White is going to take the second spot. And it looks like Morgan and Josh Johnson are fighting for that third spot, and which of course is going to be the practice squad guy, scout team. And it looks like it might be Josh Johnson, especially because he knows the system, right? He was in Green Bay as well. So keep your eye on that. But let me ask you a question about this Mike White versus veteran. What are your thoughts on whether or not there would be some sort of pressure a la Justin Fields if, let's say, Nick Foles, right? Because that's the guy everyone's talking about. So let's just put Nick Foles on the Jets. And you could see how there's already a problem there, right? You could see how there's a problem with Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater. You could see how there's a problem, with I'm not gonna say Jordan Love because that's not real, but Jameis Winston, you know what I'm saying, and Hill out in New Orleans. Like, do you want to create, even let's say the Patriots in our division, we got the Miami, they got stuff going on. Like, do we? And the history of the Jets, man. You know how it is, and you know how the fans are. We're 2 of them, okay? Like, do you kind of understand where they're going by not putting a veteran there? Because we're not looking to win this year anyway.
I get it, and I get the whole. I think even if you did have a veteran back there like Nick Foles, I still don't think it brings up any concern of.
That's a lot of money for him too. I'm just saying.
I know, and that's really the thing. It's more so the money than anything else. I don't think you should be concerned if you bring in Nick Folk. Nick Foles. Sorry, Nick Folk.
I don't want Nick Folk either, even though we do need a kicker. We'll get to that.
Yeah, that's gonna be the last thing. No, if you bring in Foles, I don't see the QB controversy. I don't think it's that, because Zach Wilson is a rookie. I think fans should be realistic enough to say, hey, most rookies are.
Zach Wilson loses to Carolina, comes into New England, throws 3 picks in the first half. Nick Foles is sitting there. His career is already over.
No.
You know what I'm trying to say? We're going to boo him at halftime.
I get you.
It's already tough.
But then you're an irrational fan. You're truly an irrational fan. I don't. Look, hold on. I get it. I know what New York Jets fans are all. We ask for that. We always ask for the next guy and think the next guy is freaking Joe Namath.
The beat writers, like, think about that, man. Like, it would just be hell.
DJ wouldn't do that.
Yeah, of course not our boy DJ. But I'm saying it would be hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially and if the Giants maybe win a game, it'll be over. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing will be over.
But here's the thing, sure, that's the irrational fan. Honestly, that is the irrational fan. If we got Nick Foles, asking for Nick Foles to start over Zach Wilson, if your QB is going to get benched because they're just downright awful, you don't want to ruin the confidence, that's one thing, and maybe you got to read the room for that. Is Zach Wilson going out there and passing it really well for the most part, moving it up and down the field? But the 3 interceptions come from 2 tip passes and from the wide receiver, and what, like, how is this happening? You know what I mean?
Nice.
Is this just? Are we talking about Zach Wilson marching down the field and then just like zip lining it like a la Mark Sanchez style into the guy's like freaking hands? Like that's more concerning.
Zip line. Wow. I think that's even sugarcoating it.
It is, man. It's on a line going straight to him.
It's a duck. This is a lame duck right into the linebacker's hands.
Nah, Peyton, it's not a lame duck. Let's be real. Those things were on target to the cornerback. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah, fair.
But no, I like going back to like the Nick Foles, as a rational fan, if I ask for Nick Foles, it better be because like if we did have Nick Foles, it better be because Zach Wilson, you're seeing him like he's holding his head down. You need to take him out. And you're like, I can't break this guy. Like literally, that is the reason you take him out and you call for another quarterback. Nick Foles is not going to win us a championship. Like you're not bringing him in here to think of winning a championship either. If anyone's out there saying, hey, we're bringing in Nick Foles because just in case Zach Wilson doesn't take us to the promised land this year, we're going to have Nick Foles because guess what he did to Tom Brady? It's like, no, what are we doing here? Like, just stop. Like, relax. Like, actually relax. This is in 2017, 2018, where we have MVP Carson Wentz running up and down the field, and then Nick Foles just gets hot at the right time. So, no, I would hope, yes, I know Jets fans are going to be asking for any QB, but this isn't also like we've seen bad Mark Sanchez. How many times did we say, hell, bring in Clemens?
I was a big Count Clemens guy. I'll put it out there right now.
Okay.
That Cowboys game was tough. I thought it was going to be good. I was clamoring for Count Clemens. He was good in college. Mark Sanchez wasn't really. He was whatever. And then he's stuck in the NFL. He's what?
As a rookie?
As a rookie. I mean, no. I'm saying like as he was going through. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like later, if we're 3 years down and we're seeing Zach Wilson do this, I'm like,
dude.
Yes,
I sat through Kyle Bollinger, bro. I sat through
bring somebody in.
Kingsbury before he got his mansion. All these guys, dude. Greg McElroy. I sat through all these guys, man. I was down for Kellen Clemens.
Wow, I was really This is how down I was. I was hopeful on Greg McElroy. I was like, wait, he went to Alabama too.
That's what I'm saying. Like all these guys.
You know, you were really down when you were like, yo, I seen Bryce Petty throw some nice dimes. He had a cannon.
Yo, what's going on with Christian Hagenberg?
Okay, that is just woo.
That was a tough one. But anyway, man. Getting a little bit back on track with how the Giants-Jets game was, and just to wrap that up. Yeah, man. I think the big winner of the whole game was Mims. Like Mims got on the map. He's gonna be there. Especially if there's injuries in the wide receiver, he's gonna be first up. And I'm excited for him. Do you have any last thoughts on that game before we just really quick go into I guess just some notes on the practice from the Packers and kind of what to look for going into the game?
I guess the last thing I just want to say is like the defense was good. Also, shout out to the actually not a shout out, more so of talking to the New York Jets YouTube account. I watched that game replay. I did not need a minute and 50 seconds of the same goal line fumble by the New York Giants with the Jets recovery. So whoever did that editing,
it was amazing.
Please. It was amazing.
Nuts.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was amazing. I didn't need a minute 50 though I did a minute 50 of like a 5-minute reel of like highlights. That's a lot, dude.
Dude, CJ Mosley is going to be so good. I know
all right, so if you want to talk about the one thing, his quote, if you're sleeping on the New York Jets, woo.
Dude, I'm so excited. I'm very excited about the defense.
I think the defense
is going to be one of those years, man. Like, I know we want to watch offense and us running the ball, but the score is going to be 10-7, and we're probably going to be 7 most of the time, but it's going to be fun.
Defense is where it's going to be. The one thing I'll tell you is that defense is going to be where it's at. What I got. But
honestly, this is such a Knicks team, dude. This is such a Knicks team, bro. That's why I don't want veterans. I don't want veterans. Just stick with the rookies behind.
This is what I'm trying to say. Hold on. What are we talking about? The New York Knicks had veterans, and this is where I was trying to get with Nick Foles. Like, even with like winning, you need to have like some like decent like veteran presence.
Yeah,
to
Crowder,
show
Corey Davis,
sure,
a little bit of Becton. That's what for the most part. He's just we're learning. We're gonna all learn together, man. Dude, I don't know. I trust it, but I'm gonna say what I really, really don't trust. Which is kind of scaring me, and it's not the secondary. It's the guards.
So let's talk about it because Mr. Elijah Vera-Tucker was at practice today and suited up.
He's suited up. He's been dealing with this pec injury. He did individual drills. He's trending in the right direction. Dan Feeney cannot pass protect, man. But this goes into breaking
He's a fun
news.
dude at Long Islanders game.
We had the big breaking. It's very fun to go to Islanders games. But the biggest news is Alex Lewis retired, our starting left guard from last year. So we're getting thin, man. There's Elijah Vera-Tucker at left guard. If he's not playing, we got Feeney in. We just have to run. He's okay in the run. You know, that's why he's there. I mean,
do you move Fant over to guard?
No, dude, because Becton has plantar fascia. Like, why does nobody care about that? The guy is limping in practice, and he's going to keep playing because it's an injury that can get worse. Cannot get worse. And so it's just a pain thing. And so he's going to be limping all year. So there's going to be times where he's just going to hurt it. He's going to be in pain. He's going to sit out. And that's why we have Font and Moses. I mean, they're not saying that out loud, but Joe Douglas knows. We're going to need a tackle in there, someone who knows what the hell they're doing if Becton goes down. We can't just let Zach Wilson die from weeks 4 through 16 if all of a sudden Becton gets hurt, which we already know he's hurt. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what I think is happening there. And I'm gonna say it right now, dudes. I know it's August, but I'm telling you, I'm worried about the guards again, man. We did not solve it. Like if AVT is healthy and him and Becton are great, it could change everything. But if he's healthy and he's even a rookie, like he's acting like a rookie, like we're gonna be in trouble, man. We're really relying on him.
So his pec, what was the report on his pec, right? It's he's coming back from it. It's still sore, but he's taking his time to recover. Now, as an offensive lineman, your pec muscle is super important because you're pushing and holding and doing all those wonderful things with your arm motion, and you kind of need that strong chest strength. I'm actually not that worried about the pec situation with him because I get that it's more so of a strain and it's a tolerance issue, but it will heal over time. If he can just mitigate the pain, if he can manage that pain, it's better than what we would have, right? So I'd take what's the percentage, I guess? I don't even know what the percentage. I would rather take a 75% Vera-Tucker than Feeney. No, you wouldn't.
I want a 100% Elijah Vera-Tucker.
Yeah, sure.
Or nothing. I cannot do this. I can't. No. We traded up for him. He's our prized possession. Our offense goes as far as Elijah Vera-Tucker takes us. That's just the truth. It doesn't matter. Even if we had Terrell Owens as our wide receiver, if we don't have guards, you saw what happened.
Yeah, we saw what I mean.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter.
We saw what happened last year. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
We don't have a tight end either, man. We have our tight ends drop passes today. You know what I'm saying? We're riding with a fullback now. Like we're gonna run the ball all day long, but eventually, like we're gonna need guard play, and so he needs to be 100%, man. I don't want 75%. Take another week off. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be 75% like Becton and it's not going to be a injury that you can make worse, no, fine. But like, I really need you to be 100%.
Yes, I would want him to be 100% too. Like, I'm not saying but what I'm getting at is this. I want Elijah Vera-Tucker to be 100% if he can play through pain, because it's more so of a tolerance issue. That's what I'm trying. This is more of a tolerance issue. Like it's a strained pectoral muscle. If he can tolerate it, I'd rather take him 75% than having freaking Feeney.
That worries me. That worries me. It just worries me.
Of course. Like this is not. I'll say this: the pectoral muscle like injury for me as a guard for like an offensive lineman is not as worrisome as a hammy with a wide receiver, because we all know if a wide receiver injures that hammy again, we're not seeing them for another 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. We've seen offensive linemen who have like clubs for their freaking hands play, like legit, like wearing
Yeah.
cast play. You know what I mean? Like this is more of a tolerance to strength issue. Like if he can't push anybody, I don't want it. I think as a guard, there's so many things you can do. You can do a chop block. You can get the assistance that you need. You can kind of mask that at least with your guard with a better guard than Feeney than just than watching it all and then having your quarterback struggle.
Yeah.
And what it really comes down to is AVT have the pain tolerance to play through it. If he doesn't, then yeah, you don't play him and you go with Feeney. And that's a nightmare situation to think of. Like, sure, we'll get decent run game, but as you point out before, like the run leads into the play action and spreading the ball around and spreading it out. So if you can't run it well, if you could run it decently and you can't pass block, it's a sub-zero game that we're playing. Might as well just run it the entire game and look like a high school football team.
Dude, we actually have to, not we, because we're not going to be there, but the Jets have to temper Corey Davis's expectations. He's going to get the brunt of this, man. He's not going to get the ball. He's just going to be pass blocking all day. He's so far away. We don't have time at this point, right? I'm hoping it's going to get better, but just at this point, I mean, reports today that Zadarius Smith was killing Becton today, but it was noted that it was on the inside, so they were kind of alluding that it was, because of the guard play. But I mean, Zadarius Smith is an all-pro, so is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If he's getting beat by Carl Lawson, Zadarius Smith, it's no problem. Like if you have to be an all-pro to beat him, we've seen him do well against Bosa, the Bosa brothers, etc. last year. So it's we know he can do it. I just think it's interesting with the guard play, dude. I expect, especially with Alex Lewis retiring, I'm sure that money is going to be off the books now. I assume another safety's coming in here, and I assume another left guard has to come in here.
We need another guard, that's for sure, and we need another safety. So I agree with you. I think those are the two positions that are going to get addressed because we can't have a secondary that just allows wide receivers to go rampant on a daily basis. All right, and then we can't have no pass blocking for a quarterback because we do need to get him, used to throwing under pressure and used to passing in a game and see what we have. Otherwise, it's just a wash of a season to a certain degree. So it'll be interesting.
So we did get David Moore off the waivers from Carolina, right? And a couple teams put in for waiver for him, and that was granted for us. So we're going to see how he does. I think he's projected as a right guard. Then we also have Tristan Hodge, who we got this year, rookie. I mean, he's a left guard. He might be slated in there, see what he can do. So, and we have humans. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. We'll see how it works out.
Humans.
We don't have humans for safety. Like we need guys. Like we're gonna sign some safeties. We have to.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know, man. It's
we're just gonna have to rely on our D line, dude. Like Carl Lawson was a force today against Aaron Rodgers, John Franklin Myers again, Bryce Huff. Like the names we keep hearing.
Who we're gonna have to rely on the offense?
It's gonna be run. It's gonna be run heavy. I think that Wesco is gonna be in a lot of fullback packages.
Could we move Wesco to the guard?
No, I think we're gonna play fullback a lot. I think we're gonna get extra protection. I think Ryan Griffin is gonna be in there blocking a lot or Croft. They're just going to be sitting in there. Herndon is dropping passes today, dude. Tough, but hopefully he picks it up.
I don't know.
I think James and Crowder. I know.
I think it's got to be between the ears, man. With Herndon, I don't know what has happened.
I know.
When he came onto the scene, you're like, whoa,
dude. I might be the number one Herndon fan, and every year he hurts me. And every year I'm like, this is going to be Herndon's year. And then I'm like,
then you got to start saying it's not. You got to start saying it's not Herndon's year, so you can turn this thing around.
I think I'm on that, dude. I think I'm not as optimistic on Chris Herndon for the first time. Even though it's possible, but I don't know. I'm not as optimistic about it.
The tight end situation needs to be addressed.
We're gonna get a
too,
tight
at
end.
some point.
No, we're gonna get a tight end next year.
We need another weapon on the line. We
go ahead.
No, we got wide receivers. You know, we just need everyone healthy. So here's a question for you though. Touching back on the Giants, how'd you feel about your boy Vincent Smith?
Dude, Vincent Smith on the special teams. Did you see him?
Good on special teams. I'm talking about offense though.
Wait, but did you see him? He ran down and stopped the ball on the one off the punt.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's easy. I mean,
he's
about to get on this team. He's about to get on this team, man. He's Mims
stay on this team.
Yeah, I mean Mims asked to be on special teams. Vincent Smith is making plays on special teams. They know the deal, man. And Brant Boyer is the longest tenured coach. They know they're smart guys. They got good agents, I'm sure.
Yeah, you gotta keep it realistic. I'm not too worried about Denzel. I know everyone's up in flames about Denzel Mims. Like, is he gonna get cut? What's happening to him? Dude, let's all calm down. He'll be fine. But no, I'm talking more so Vincent Smith on offense. He went caught 3 for 39. How'd you feel about him offensively? Did he answer questions for you on offense? He didn't really answer anything for me on offense. He played okay.
I mean, the starters are set. Corey Davis, Crowder, Cole, Moore, Berrios, Mims. That's the 6. Yeah. And then I think that you're gonna have to.
That's deep.
You're gonna have to. I mean, did I say Berrios?
You did. It's deep.
So then number 7 is gonna have to be Vincent Smith. He's in there. Josh Malone's gonna have to be the odd man out. And Jeff Smith. I really need Lawrence Cager to come through. He did not have a great game. I know. Trust me, I know. But practice I still squad. Believe. He might. Yeah, I mean, he would honorably take it. So I think that players like that, you kind of sign them up for it if you're the Jets because it saves you a roster spot. But that's not to say, he could high point the ball, man. I don't know. I just want to see him out there.
Oh man. This is like talking about a guy with a relationship. Like, yo, man.
Dude, it's not like we drafted him high. Like he's an undrafted free agent. He was a beast in Georgia. He's just injury prone his whole life. And I just feel like this is his first time ever getting like a real full offseason, real full training camp, real full coach.
Injury prone
quarterback, real full quarterback, real like
stays injured when he's on the New York Jets, but he needs a chance. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Like I said, defense is set. I don't think we need to do anything. I do want to touch on though. I do want to mention that I'm very happy that Becton and Carl Lawson have been going at it in practice.
Dude, I think Becton is learning. I think Becton is probably learning the most this offseason out of anyone.
Yeah, for sure. And what I like about that, and it kind of like, I like it because I went through that when I was playing offensive line in high school. I was playing center. They put some of the toughest dudes on me just like during practice. I'm like, yo, and I got tired, but it makes you better. Like playing someone.
They're doubling you like D-Book?
Better. Yeah. Doubling me.
I was like D-Book in the summer. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, essentially, yeah. I was like, come on, bro. Let's call this. But that stuff helps, man. That stuff helps. So I like it. I'm expecting a lot out of Becton too, even though I know he has plantar fasciitis. I'm still expecting a lot out of him. I'm expecting that to be taken care of during the offseason, though, if there can be any surgery. So I think he's going to try to push it through this season, but hopefully he can do his best with that. But I'm hyped. And he's, they say he's been doing well too with Lawson's on him, even with this injury. So I'm pretty optimistic.
Yeah, so I had some stats earlier about the difference between the San Francisco, the way they treated their tight ends on offense and defense, like how they defended them and how they treated them on offense versus the way that the Jets target their tight ends and the way they defend their tight ends, like complete contrast. And so I think that is going to be the second aspect of the Jets team that learns to grow after, the strength of the D-line is going to make the offensive line a little bit better. I think that the tight end situation is the second aspect that's going to grow the most on both sides of the ball, from our perspective.
Okay. I agree with that. Like,
and the kickers.
we're doing this.
Chris the kicker is gone. Shout out DJ. Shout out DJ.
Chris Nager is gone. We got Matt Amendola.
Dude, he's a beast. He's got a leg.
He's got a leg.
He's been playing well. He's been playing well. I expect to bring another kicker, but I'm okay with him for now.
Are you confident with Matt Amendola? Okay.
No. Let me see. Let me see this game. Let me see this game. Let me see what happens in Lambeau.
Okay.
It's still the summer, but let me just see. Vinatieri said you can't miss kicks. That's not a thing. It's not like I was like, oh, it's okay. He missed one, but it was like 55. I'm like, all right, fine. But like Vinatieri, when he was talking to Pat McAfee, you don't miss kicks. That's not a thing in practice. So here I am. Let's see it. Let's see what happens in the preseason, man.
I mean,
he won his first competition, so let's see what happens. He was undrafted, right? He beat out the guy that was drafted. I mean, that's a pretty big accomplishment. And now let's see what happens. They're gonna bring they're gonna bring in somebody else, and it's his job to lose. Let's see.
No, for sure. And look, I agree with what Vinatieri says. You're essentially unguarded. You should be able to make these things like 1, 2, 3. You knock it.
I was just giving it some slack, dude. Like you can miss some free throws. You can miss one free throw. You can go 90%, but like he's like 9 kicking. He's like, no, you can't. I'm like, all right,
dude. Look, when we talk about, and I put Vinatieri with kicking as in Steph Curry's stratosphere with like free throw shooting.
Sure.
These guys, they don't miss, and if they miss one, like when it happens, it is like, yo, what?
It's devastating. Vinatieri was talking about how it's devastating when he missed.
Yeah.
I'm like, so my goodness, we miss twice a week. We can't get an extra point in.
But that's like the level of like, and I know you're gonna hate that. I'm not gonna. It's just the TB12 dude down Tampa Bay, right? Like we're talking about guys, but we're talking about guys who are just like, all right.
Let's go.
But we're talking about guys. But we're talking about guys who are just dedicated to like their craft, right? When we talk about Vinatieri, dedicated to his craft. Steph Curry, when it comes to
Peyton Manning's dedicated to his craft, bro. We don't need that stupid guy in Tampa. He's coming to town this year.
Okay. I don't want to bring up Peyton Manning because guess what he gave us for 2 years.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Good point.
At least the other guys out of the division. I don't have to deal with that guy.
You're right.
That I can get behind.
That's about it, man. That's about it from me from the Jets. When Jets Drive episode 2 is really good. Corey Davis, he was featured. Like, man, I'm cautiously optimistic about this team. I think
don't feed into one Jets Drive. Don't feed into it, John.
I just think we're gonna be Carolina week 1, and I think we have a chance against the Patriots week 2. Like that's all I'm saying.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it. We got to beat Sam Darnold.
I just think we have to beat Sam Darnold and Matt Rule. And Robbie Anderson and their horrific O-line. Oh, I can't. I think they have Beecham back there. No, dude, we can't lose to Carolina.
Yeah, we can't lose to Carolina. If we do, that is.
To be tough.
It's going to be a long week.
It's going to be a long season.
It's going to be a long week.
I mean, and it can't be worse than Darnold throwing a pick 6 versus the Lions on the first play. So let's see what happens, man. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Can't wait for this Jets-Packers game. But John,
we got the Eagles. We got the Eagles coming to town. We got the joint practice, and then we got a game versus them. So that should be fun too.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking at the present, man. I'm looking for like just taking it 1 week at a time. Looking forward to this week, getting a little bit more action out of Zach Wilson and the starters. Getting to see, if Elijah Vera-Tucker plays. Let's see how this offensive line looks with him coming back from injury.
Yep.
This is the stuff. That's what these are the guys I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to continue to watch Zach Wilson. Going to continue to watch Elijah Vera-Tucker and the offensive line in general. Wide receivers, it's kind of set right now. We know what it is. Defensively, we'll keep maintaining on the safeties, and we're definitely going to be paying attention to Matt Amendola because we can't go so many years in a row what is it, third year in a row with terrible kickers. We just can't do it, bro. We just can't do it.
And we got interesting competition at the returners too. Oh man, I'm excited about all aspects of the squad, dude. The competition.
We're not talking about your favorite guy. We haven't talked about your favorite guy, John.
Tommy Hennessy.
No.
Braden Mann.
Yes.
I brought him up. Him and Vincent Smith, man, the connect. Even though the Braden Mann's first punt was terrible, but we move on. We digress. Those are the jitters.
Had to get the first one out.
Yeah.
All right. I think that covers it up for the Jets episode, right? Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, that's another Jets episode in the books. Thank you all for listening.
Watching.
Thank you. Or watching.
If you are watching on the YouTube, subscribe down for our first episode. Shout out to Greg Albert for putting it all together.
Yes. Shout out to our guy, Greg, for coordinating the visuals for this. Awesome stuff. Helping us expand. All right. Thank you for Greg. Fellow Jets and Knicks fan. Don't know if he's a Yankees fan. Is he a Yankees fan?
No.
Oh, no. God.
But he is. We got the SUNY Albany connect. We got the fraternity connect.
Facts. That's facts.
Lives by the single A Yankees squad. You know, he's around.
There we go.
He's around.
All right, Greg. We'll forgive you for your baseball team, but we'll try to convert you. Don't worry. It's all good. But thank you. So he's
an in the closet Yankees fan.
If you are watching this on YouTube, as John said, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure to give us a like and get that notification bell for when we drop the new episodes. But if you are listening to this in podcast format, if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, please make sure to leave us a 5-star review and to leave us a comment. That'll help us out tremendously. And if you're not watching us on YouTube and if you're not listening to us on Apple Podcasts, it's okay. It really is okay. Because you want to know why? We're on Spotify. We're on Stitcher. We're on Google Play. We're on Amazon Alexa. We're everywhere. We're on all other audio platforms. So please, I encourage you to go listen. All right. On top of that, please make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Hit all of them, man. Subscribe to all of them. It helps us out tremendously. All right. But we'll catch everyone later for next week for another Knicks episode of the Knicks Jets Etc. podcast. We out.
Let's go Jets.